Let the revolution begin.
No need for plaid knickers in this course. While you're at it, toss out etiquette too. Irreverent and unconventional players only, please. Hotshot's Golf 4 is ready to tee off. It's already out in Japan, where it's a whopping success.
I like your game.
The game went through an extensive localization process to prime it for the American audience.
The first thing that we had to do was figure out which characters from the Japanese game that we could change to match the American market. Because some of the characters we felt were too Japanese, and we wanted to make it so that everybody could relate to the characters and make them more American.
Woo! I want me a record deal, now!
Some of the Japanese characters were left unchanged, like the samurai, because that's an Asian character that's familiar to Americans. But others didn't cross the Pacific as easily. For those, the American team used the original model from the Japanese version and just changed the look.
Basically, the motions of the characters had to be the same. We couldn't create new motions, and so given those limitations, we could only change the look of the character.
One of the examples were this female character that looked like a fantasy game character in the Japanese version, but it didn't really work here in the US. So we took that character and kind of modified her into that typical girl you see in the big movement of the import car scene right now.
The final product is a motley crew indeed.
There's a mix of returning characters. There's a mix of original Japanese characters. We also have original US characters that were designed to fit the American market.
One of the decisions that was made on this was to not actually just translate the Japanese. In fact, we didn't translate the Japanese at all because we felt that even if you did, the cultural differences would be so great that would need such a rewrite. So we really just started from scratch and sort of wrote a new script.
I win, you lose.
The director of the Japanese release was pleasantly surprised with the American twists.
The Americanized scripts sound kind of crazy to a Japanese ear, but I understand how they may work for an American audience.
The cast of misfits that you'll find in the US version were brought to life by some very talented voices.
T-Bone's just your typical brother, doing his thing out there in the hard knock life.
One of the roles was Emma, who's a little kind of bratty girl from Paris, and she doesn't like it when she doesn't play very well.
And you try to place the voice differently in your chest or your head, you know, like the Chinese girl. You're an underdog. You must follow the path to the hole.
You have no zen.
A lot of the times, we take the actual footage and play it, and the actor will perform to the footage. And that right there gives the actors a lot of idea what is going on screen. And if their character's jumping in the air, gives them an idea that there's going to be a lot of energy in that delivery.
So you really have to imagine that you're actually going through every scenario and picture everything that you're experiencing so that the person watching it really feels like it's not just, you know, a drawing, it's an actual character.
One of my favorite things about voiceover is that you get to play so many different people. You know, when I was doing on camera, it was always kind of like the girl next door or the girlfriend, or, you know, it was kind of limiting in a way, you know, and whereas voiceover, you get to play, you know, little boys, old women, you know, women from, you know, Morocco, or it's just all, the sky's the limit.
Each of these voice actors will bring multiple characters to life. From a single set of vocal cords, they'll produce several distinct sounding voices.
Sorry, pants. I can't do a triple Lutz, but I can do 10 different voices in a session.
Magnitude of the number of characters and the courses in the game is huge compared to the previous ones. It's just a big game with a lot of depth.
And a lot of attitude. We're talking 34 outrageous golfers and caddies on 15 courses, plus a miniature golf option thrown in.
Anybody who pick up the game will notice right away the graphics. The game kind of fools you in a way because the characters had that cartoony look, but if you pay attention to the environments and the course graphics, it is outstanding. It's probably one of the best looking golf games out there.
And Hotshot's Golf 4 delivers the component that you've been waiting for.
A lot of people who are big fans of this game and they want to show how good they are at this game. Finally, you'll be able to play head-to-head against each other over the internet.
We just thought, you know, golf's a fun game, but it can be a little dry at times, but if you have some crazy characters around, I think it's going to make it a little more fun.
During boring phone calls, my hand will start picking up the controller and start playing the game. And that's how addictive this game is.
You've been warned. Play at your own risk.